Hello, everyone. This is James Song here. Welcome to the TOEFL Show. This is episode 2 of TOEFL Show. So we are going to look at inference question type. All right. So today, as you can see on the small screen below my face, we are covering TOEFL inference question type in the reading section of the TOEFL test, as I said. All right, so let me explain to you, let me help you understand what this question type is all about. So let's talk about the definition of inference, okay? What is the definition of inference? It could be deduction, it could be reasoning, it could be making some kind of conclusion or taking an action or making a decision based on information given. It could be facts, evidence, or whatever. So inference means you are making a decision or taking an action based on information given to you. Okay? So, in reality, could inference be a little subjective? Absolutely. In real life, I could make different inference based on same information. When my friend received the same information as me, his inference may be his conclusion, his decision may be different from mine, right? So how can TOEFL, which is a standardized test, ask inference which could be subjective? Can they do that? Absolutely not. So inference means a little different in TOEFL terms. We have to understand that. So in TOEFL, inference means objective inference. Okay? So sounds obvious, but this is really important point. So based on information given, your answer choice must be right regardless of who you are. To everyone, it has to make sense. So if your answer choice, because it's inference, this could be right, but this may not be right based on this, then that's a wrong answer. Okay, although it's inference, because we're talking about objective inference here. When you choose an answer, yep, this answer is right 100% based on this information in the passage. Yep. Okay. So we're looking at objective inference, not subjective inference. Okay. All right. So what do we need to do? We must find the evidence, okay, that we can objectively and logically, okay, we need to find some evidence in the passage that objectively and logically leads to the correct answer in our answer choice. Okay. So a lot of students get this question wrong because it's inference. They get a little creative, they get a little subjective, and based on that information, I think this is right. Okay. I mean, that's a really bad strategy, right? Okay. Let's look at the question and solve it together. Okay. Today we are covering paragraph 2 and we are covering inference question type. Okay. Nearly any kind of plant of the forest understory can be part of a deer's diet. So What is an understory? Okay, in a forest, understory means obviously in the forest, they'll be full of tall trees that makes a forest, right? So understory means anything, any plants or any vegetation grown on the ground that is short, right? So that's by definition is called underlayer of vegetation in a forest. Okay, so small plants on the ground. Understory can be part of deer's diet. Okay, where the forest inhibits the growth of grass and other meadow plants. Okay, so where the forest inhibits, so stop from happening or prevents from being happening, prevents the growth. So this should be a part of your TOEFL vocabulary. Inhibits growth of grass and other meadow plants. What else is there for the deer? The black-tailed deer browses on what? Huckleberry, sorrel, dogwood, and almost any other shrub or herb. So these would be understory plants that is a part of black-tailed deer's diet. Okay, so this is how second sentence is related to the first sentence. But this is, so something important is coming. This is fair weather feeding. Okay, so during the fair weather, whatever that means, probably warm weather, we'll find out soon. So during the fair weather, they can get this kind of understory plants, okay, as part of their diet. But what happens when it's not so fair weather? What happens in bad weather, okay? What keeps the black-tailed deer alive? So how can they survive, right, in a bad weather? In the harsher season, so they use this word. So harsher seasons are opposite of fair weather, okay? Of plant decay and dormancy. So when do plants decay and when do creatures, animals have dormancy? During winter, right? So harsher season here is referring to the cold weather, and fair weather here is referring to warm weather, okay? Because plant decay and dormancy happens during the winter, right? So harsher season, is referring to cold weather and winter. One compensation, how do they survive? They cannot eat like this, okay, during cold weather. So how do they survive? Let's find out. One compensation for not hibernating. So hibernating, technically, there's like very slight difference, but in a nutshell, it is a synonym to dormancy, okay? So they do not go into dormancy during the winter. They do not like dig a hole, go under the ground, and sleep for the rest of the winter. They don't do that. One compensation for not hibernating, so they do not hibernate, is a built-in urge, DNA drive, built-in urge, okay? DNA drive, natural tendency to migrate, okay? So they move, they migrate. So they migrate to survive in a harsher season, right? So, plenty of food source here during spring and summer will disappear. So they would have to move to some other area to survive. Okay? So hopefully the next sentence will tell us about where do they go and whether they have food source to survive during cold weather. Deer may move from high elevation browse area. Okay, so I'll scroll down a little bit before I read. Okay. So deer may move from high elevation. So this is where they live during fair weather. So during summer or spring, I guess. So they move from here to browse area in summer, down to where do they migrate to? lowland areas. So hopefully they have some food source in lowland area during winter, right? In late fall to get ready for the winter, right? So how do they survive, stay alive? Is they migrate to lowland areas from high elevation areas, okay? So hopefully next sentence, it will show us whether they get food in lowland area during winter, okay? Even with snow on the ground, obviously during winter, I presume, I infer based on this information, it's talking about winter, cold weather. The high bush understory is exposed. Okay, lucky, right? So obviously exposed means shown, right? Not covered by the snow. So they have some plants they can eat even if there is snow on the ground. So even during harsher season, cold weather in winter, they have some food source, they can see. So obviously they can eat, right? But snow and wind bring down leafy branches of cedar, hemlock, red alder, and other arboreal fodder. So two things, right? So first of all, naturally, they can find some understory they can eat, even there is a snow on the ground. Second, unlike what we naturally think, snow and wind during winter bring down some leafy branches from these trees onto the ground. So, this wind and snow would hit the trees, and some branches with leaves on it will fall on the ground that they can eat. Okay? So that's what it's saying here, right? It's a little long, so I won't bother writing the summary notes down here because I explained everything, and I'm just afraid it may take a little bit too much time than you would like. So that's a reading comprehension. Let's solve the question. All right, it can be inferred, so inference question, from the discussion in paragraph 2, the winter condition. All right, so inference question. So every time we need to identify what question type it is when we go to, solve the questions from TOEFL reading. So it is inference question type. All right, so because it's objective inference, when you go to the test center, you might go straight into the answer choices to save time and just solve the question. But since this is a fundamental lesson of covering this question type once for all, let's think about it this way. Because it's inference question, we may, before looking at the answer choices, if you want to study properly, we could think about what could be the answer without looking at the answer choices very quickly, because it's objective inference. So what information were here that we can make some inference about winter condition? Okay, so you're not going to get enough food unless you migrate from high elevation area. Okay, so winter condition, black deer will not have enough food source to survive in high elevation area. Okay, so winter condition encourage black-tailed deer to migrate to where? To lowland areas. Why? Because even in winter condition in lowland area, there are some food sources that they can consume. All right, so let's think about that. So we are very sharp when we look at the answer choices. A, cause some deer to hibernate. Exactly opposite, right? One, compensation for not hibernating is built-in urge to migrate. So winter condition encourages them to migrate. So this is exactly opposite. Okay, it causes deer to migrate is a correct information. So this is a wrong answer. B, make food unavailable in the highlands for deer. Maybe if the highlands, obviously highlands, normal word is same meaning as high elevation area. Okay. So if the highlands is the paraphrase and synonym of high elevation area, this is true because, you know, they move from high elevation during the fair weather where, you know, this place has plenty to eat for the deer. They have to give up this area to move to lowland area. Why? Because during winter, you know, they cannot have this food source. Unlike during fair weather, okay, during warm weather. So B is perfect, right? So let's double check C and D though. So winter conditions make it easier for deer to locate understory plants. Where though? Okay, first, it's wrong because it doesn't make it easier. It doesn't say that, all right? And also, if we infer in the high elevation area, definitely it doesn't make it easier. It makes it harder or impossible for them to locate understory plants. And second, it does not tell you which place, right? So making easier in highlands or lowlands, okay? And even in lowland, I wouldn't say it makes it easier, okay? Logically, no. And also, I cannot find any evidence that winter conditions makes it easier for the deer, even in lowlands, to find food than summer. It's just bad answer, right? D, prevent deer from migrating. Already wrong because it's all about winter. Encourages deer to migrate. That's a key information, right? Right? So this is completely wrong. So we thought B was right, but I didn't circle it just in case. You know, C or D may be another good answer, but it turned out it's completely wrong. And as we knew all along, B is the right answer. Okay. Yeah, so this is how you solve inference question. We completed inference question type. So next episode, episode 3, I will tackle another question type in reading section of the TOEFL test. Okay. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and felt satisfied. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Bye.